This was an extra cost option, but I do think it looks really cool with the blue. It's basically got every option you can think of. Don't go full lock PSA on your donuts or you will make the power steering pump go kaboom. Follow along as we restore this $14,000 Maserati to its former glory and sell it live on Cars and Bids with no reserve. Hello, Cars and Bids. In last week's episode, we did some DIY projects over a couple of cold ones to get her ready for a big adventure in the desert. And I just got back and it was epic. Doug, Kenan, Filippo, and I each picked a car for $18,000 or less, which is the price of a new Nissan Versa, to figure out what's the best used car adventure you can get. It'll be a 3-part series going live on Doug's channel starting tomorrow, but check out this sneak peek right now of how the Maserati fares. So you'll have to check out the full episode to see who comes out on top, but I'm so pumped about it. Right now the car is filthy. It's time to take it and get it washed, and then we're taking it to the shop to figure out what I broke during those donuts and what other shenanigans and issues with the car that need to be sorted.
Before we get going, we have some big news. Cars and Bids has an app.
That we do. If you go to the Apple App Store right now on your iPhone or iOS device, you can download the Cars and Bids app, get push notifications, all sorts of fun things. Kenan, have you downloaded the app?
Of course I have. I have it set for E39 M5 notifications, God's chariot. So anytime one goes live on the site, my phone tells me.
If you want to be like Kenan or any other cool person, go to the App Store or click the link in the description below to download the Cars and Bids app right now.
Do we need to wash the blue car?
Yeah.
Why? Is it dirty?
Yeah.
Show me where it's dirty.
Right there.
Right there? Oh yeah, it's a little dirty right there, huh? Someone wrote something on Daddy's car, huh? That's not very nice. It's just a little dirty, but honestly not that terrible, huh? Should we wash it?
Yeah.
All right, I guess it's a little dirty. Much better already, dude. You're getting better at that. My turn?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, let's get this wheel next, all right? There's so much crust in here. Good job, Ryder. Good job, Ryder. No, you keep washing it. Let's see the child labor. Good job. The nice thing is when it's so dirty, you can't mess that up. Good job, Ryder. Get it real good. It is crazy how just cleaning the wheels already makes the car look 10,000 times better, especially with the silver wheels. All right, let's go onto the body now, starting from the top down, and then we'll do like the door jambs in the engine bay. Actually doing a half-decent job here. All right, here we go after a good wash. This is maybe 45 minutes worth of work. It's gonna need a couple more of these before it's like truly clean again, but she looks pretty darn good, better than I got it anyway, so I'm happy that the desert stink didn't stay on it for too long. In terms of rarity and what this car might actually be worth, I did get an email from Maserati themselves. They won't tell me the original sticker price, but they gave me a list of all the options, including Alcantara headliner, custom safety belts, whatever that means. Red brake calipers, so this was an extra cost option, but I do think it looks really cool with the blue. The blue paint is actually a special paint, PNT0, Blue Mediterranean. The stitching, deviated stitching, which sounds very Porsche, but it was an extra cost option here to do both the deviated red stitching in the seats, as well as the red piping in there. Extra cost for the steering wheel to be carbon fiber. Extra cost for the carbon fiber on the doors and the dash and basically anywhere else you could put carbon fiber. There were 2 packages and I had both 1 and 2. And then the MC Design sport pedals, also an extra option. Front and rear park sensors, special paint, dashboard of Nero. I don't think that was an extra cost option, but overall you can see both inside and out. It's basically got every option you could think of, other than it had black wheels, which was a poor choice. We're here at GP Auto Works. I'm gonna let the professionals dig into this car and figure out if it's a $14,000 car, a $140,000 car, or somewhere in between. Parked next to Kennan's favorite, the 355. This is a really great Ferrari shop near me, and they know the Maseratis well since it's a shared motor with a lot of the 430s and so on. So I'm excited to see what the professionals dig up. Hopefully nothing I didn't expect.
Later.
Picking up the second time from GP Auto Works here. You can see the Maserati row. We got a Quattroporte, I should know that. Mine, an old convertible, and another one. And they told me that 2 of these 4 are mechanically totaled. This guy is due to cam variators. Then the convertible, I believe, is something else. But great Maserati quality for you there. But the bill, I knew going into this that I would have an $800 or so bill for the new belts. And that's 2 belts, a water pump belt and a compressor belt. Well, we got in there. We also found a crank seal leak, so that was fixed. That wasn't much, but the biggie was the power steering pump. And it was my fault, is not the Maserati's fault, due to some donuts.
How many warning lights are on?
None, actually.
Oh, wow. So power steering, who needs it? You know?
I think it'll be
Is
fine.
it working now?
No.
No power steering at all.
But once you're moving,
Wait,
who
wait.
needs it?
Oh my God, Nick, this is not no power steering. This is like,
You have brakes?
oh,
Well, I mean, we're parked. It'll move easier if you're moving.
so will show us that.
Don't go full lock PSA on your donuts or you will make the power steering pump go kaboom. Overall, not so bad. So $2,400. I'll do a recap at the end of this with the total expenses that I've had with this car. But considering that about half of that was my fault, let's call this bill really more like $1,000 bill here. To get new belts, I've got new tires, new filters. Pretty much everything has been taken care of preventatively. So at minimum, she's caught up to where she should have been, and then some with the new power steering pump from Italy. And look at how gorgeous this car is. Considering that it's basically a paperweight right now, it does make me tempted to buy it and save it, but it seems like it's too far gone. It's been sitting for 10 years, so once you fix all the things known to be broken with it, you're gonna find more that isn't. This is the other Maserati that's still functional, then old blue over here with its new predecessor, and my how has the design failed over the years. Look at how beautiful mine is, and well, judge for yourself on the other option. Oh, it feels so good to be back though. It was almost 2 weeks, mostly because you have to wait for the parts to come in. And the shop was also just a tiny bit busy, but it sounds good, it feels good. I've kind of just missed having this to go around and pick up lunch and do stupid stuff. The kids missed it too in their kid seats back there. So it is a much welcome and much missed addition back to the garage. Oh yeah. And I am so thrilled to have it back. So time to go home and do the part I'm not looking forward to, which is that final tally, but glad I drove it first just so I can remember how much I enjoy it before I remember how much I hate it. Lovely driving the QP5, and we're about to turn 90. There we go. Woo! Also, that means it's about 1,000 miles since I've owned it. So let's do the math. Let's figure out how we stand and calculate all the costs. Hopefully I'm not too underwater here, but I might need some money for Maserati. So the car, I think I got a decent, not amazing, but decent deal, 14 grand, and another 650 for shipping, so 14,650. Market range for these is mid-teens to low 20s, depending on condition and rarity. Next, we've got about $3,000 in cosmetic work, although $1,000 of that was my fault for ripping paint off the hood and needing the hood repainted. So let's call it 2 grand of cosmetic work, which includes badges, the new floor mats, the wheels refinished to silver, and I'm gonna throw new tires in there too. You could argue that's mechanical, but kind of both. Last but not least, mechanics. The car was pretty well sorted. I had a PPI beforehand that didn't really flag anything major other than that it needed belts. My second PPI, the post-purchase inspection, also said, yo bro, you need belts. So ended up doing the belts. That was about $800 in part plus some labor. We also did a coolant expansion tank here. I did that myself for a whopping 115 bucks. We then had to replace a power steering pump, and that was my fault. I did some donuts, I had some fun. The power steering pump was about 1,200 bucks plus labor. So that was another $1,500 in ouchies. And then the belts, we also found a small leak off the crank seal that has now been fixed. And we fixed an exhaust leak on the first go around. So roughly $3,000 of labor from GP Auto Works. 2,000 or so of that was the power steering pump. So I don't know, let's call it 1,500 bucks to be fair, mechanical work that wasn't required. And then things like the window regulator that I tackled myself itself for 35 bucks and 1 penny. That's pretty much it. So not too bad, really. We're in its 21,652 if you count all of those costs. If you back out the ones that are my fault, we're in it, say, 1819. So a little high for a car that has 90,000 miles, but I think it's also going to be a great value to whoever buys it next because it's caught up with all the deferred maintenance, and you have to assume any Maserati in the teens has a lot of deferred maintenance. So comment below, let me know what you think. Am I way overspending on this turd bucket, or is this actually a really cool car worth every penny of the mid-teens to low 20s that I think it'll fetch? You can actually do better than comment, which is to bid when the auction goes live in about a month. For those of you who've been asking, yes, it's going live on Cars and Bids. It'll be no reserve, so we will let the market decide exactly how bad or good this car really is. Thanks for watching.